What's up, everyone? Welcome back to FilmForge. It's been a little minute, but we're getting back into things. If you're new here, this is where we talk about movie news and TV shows and anything and everything movie related. Should be lots of fun about today's video. And yeah, today's gonna just be an honest movie review regarding the new Wonder Man show. I know I'm a little bit late to getting to watch it, but you have to understand that I've been dealing with school and just other priorities. And I'm doing this as part-time and kind of just on the side whenever I have free time. So it's been a little while. We're back into it. This is one of Marvel's newest shows. It's getting a lot of interest right now. It's really popular, and when I watched it, I was at first kind of skeptical, but it really grew on me, and I really enjoyed the show for what it was. And it just kind of surprised me, to be honest. But all in all, let's start talking about Wonder Man and what worked, what didn't work, what surprised me, and what didn't. Before we start the video, I also wanted to say spoilers ahead because the show's been out for a while and this is a review, so just be warned and hope you enjoy. Okay, so for my first impression, I wasn't hooked right away. And when the show starts, we end up meeting Simon Williams, he's a struggling actor. He's not a hero, not a fighter, just a guy trying to make it in Hollywood. And you kind of feel for him, the struggle. He's kind of living in somewhat of a not too nice of a place. He kind of feels embarrassed about it, and he's just really struggling to live, you know what I mean? Like, this just feels relatable. And you slowly get to realize that he is really powerful, and not just like has a flashy power. No, like, he is dangerously powerful. I'm not too familiar with him as a character in Marvel, but this dude is seriously powerful. But rather than other typical heroes, instead of being excited, Simon is scared. These powers are very powerful to where he's scared he's gonna get locked away. He's scared of being exposed. He's worried about losing his career. And it's just another problem on the side he has to deal with while actually struggling as a person trying to live in LA, trying to get jobs. It's really interesting to see. And my initial reaction was, okay, I get what they're doing, but I'm not really into it yet. And you kind of feel bad for him because he is a guy for art and theater. You could tell he's very into what he does, but it's almost like self-sabotage. So you're kind of, you know what I mean? You're like, okay, it's this guy who's being difficult. So you don't really care about him initially, but over time that does begin to change. As for what the show is really about, as the episodes go on, it becomes very clear that Wonder Man is not just becoming a superhero, but he's not trying to become one either. Simon doesn't want responsibility. He doesn't want the challenges of becoming a hero. He's not about that, not even in the slightest. And he doesn't want fame, especially not for the wrong reasons. He just wants to act. He loves being an actor, and this is where the show takes place. It's showing the actor side of the MCU. I mean, the real world, the consequences. I mean, these are real people working. It's not like Iron Man and Captain America. No, this is more about like what's going on with the Twilight actors, what's going on with Josh Gad. It's real people, real stuff. And his powers aren't freedom. They're not this awesome tool he can use. No, they're more of a liability. And every episode builds around this pressure, this idea that there's auditions, agents, studios, people watching him, waiting for him to mess up. And again, it's another side of the MCU we never see, the real world. And it kind of fills your anxiety. And if you feel bad for him having to hide who he really is just to survive. And honestly, that anxiety of having to hide who you really are just to survive felt way more grounded. And the director knew exactly what he was doing while making the show. Now for the real world elements and that angle and why it works. You really appreciate how this show decides to show you the Hollywood elements in the world of the MCU. We get to see the audition, the sound stages, the casting decision, the agents, the typecast. It really gives you an idea of like acting, and it's really nice to see. And it's different from all these other Marvel projects. And you get to see how these actors really live their lives. And it just happens to be inside the MCU for this show and its purposes. And you get to see the effects of superheroes within this universe, the roles, the fears, the consequences. It was a really nice touch. And it really made you feel like in this world, get an idea of what it's like to live in the MCU, and it's just a really nice, different way to approach the show, and it really worked. Nextly, I would like to mention how Trevor, I did not expect this dude to be the heart of the show. Like, he really stole the show for me personally, and probably for a lot of other people. When Trevor enters our story, I didn't expect to care about him. I mean, this dude was a terrorist, he was an actor, stupid storyline in Iron Man 2, and for him to be in Shang-Chi, I was like, dude, how are they gonna roll this one-off character into the show? And man, they pulled it off. I mean, they pulled it off so well, and they really do explain some stuff, and they just made it happen without cutting it short. They made it happen, and you just assume he's gonna be this comic relief, but he ends up becoming this emotional backbone for the entire show. And he's not a bad guy. He's actually really sweet. He cares. He's just a person who had made poor decisions, selfish ones, stupid ones, and he's been paying for them ever since. And this is sort of like a redemption story for him. And he owns who he is. He doesn't lie about it. He just accepts what he did. He's very honest about it. He doesn't excuse it. He doesn't run from it. And when he bonds with Simon, you really feel it. These are two people who completely understand what it's like to be trapped by reputation. There's a lot of emotion tied to it. And honestly, their friendship is what carries everything. When the pacing slows down, and it did. I'm sorry, I was on my phone on and off when I was watching the show, but again, it is worth watching. What kept me really invested in the story is Simon and Trevor. Their friendship. Their conversations are interesting because they have so much heart in what they're talking about. But they are awkward because of that at times, and they both share an understanding of what it is to be boxed by the system. Their relationship is quite genuine, and it shows really well. And without it, I think Wonder Man would definitely fail. I think they're great actors themselves, like actors, but also they really make the story believable, and the friendship, the writing was really good. And another thing I would like to discuss is that Simon grows on you. I won't lie, when I watched the show immediately, I'm like, oh my god, he's one of those actors. You don't like him. And he avoids conflict. He kind of hides, and he hesitates, and you understand why he's frustrating to work with. I mean, he's a man who wants everything done a certain way. He has his opinions, which is fine, but you know, it's one of those people. And at first you're like, I guess this is the guy I'm gonna, get behind and like, and just want to see where his story goes. You're kind of, but he really does grow on you. He gains confidence, and you see him grow as a person, and it makes you begin to like him and understand his struggle and get where he's coming from. So yeah, at the end you genuinely like him, but at first you may not like him. That's just being honest. As for what worked for me regarding the show, the tone definitely worked. The quiet moments worked. The relationship focus and understanding Simon's history as well as struggles really helps you appreciate him, his friendship, and just everything going on in the show. It definitely was more of a drama series compared to a superhero show and or MCU project, so to speak. It really could have been on its own as his own little side thing, but it was nice to see a fresh take on a Marvel project. As for what did not work for me, like I said, the show is not perfect. The pacing is slow at times. Pretty slow. Sometimes it feels like some of the episodes or things going on are filler. They do have purpose, but sometimes while watching, you don't really realize this until the end. And I wanted to see more of Simon's powers. I understand they're doing this differently and he doesn't know how to use his powers, but I mean, come on. This is an MCU project. I want to see him go crazy. I want to see him fight people, and we only got a little bit of that, very tidbit. There's no massive fight scenes. Again, it ties back to what I just said. I just want to see like his full potential to understand why he's so dangerous. You know what I mean? And I think some people watching the show might be like, oh, well, that moment never comes. So if you're expecting action, just avoid the show. It's very story driven. As for a final verdict, this is my honest opinion towards the show as a whole. So when I really sit down and think about it, at the end, this is honestly a good enough show to watch, and maybe even I could see them doing a second season. Probably nothing more, but definitely see them doing the second one. He's not trying to save the world, he's just an actor living with powers, and that alone is interesting, and the show has heart. As mentioned, this is more of a character study disguised as a superhero project. We don't get to see this angle given to the MCU most of the time, so it's nice to see. We never get to see real people normally. We don't get to see the effects on people or the consequences, and this is exactly what the show demonstrates. And it's fresh, it's funny, it has heart. I mean, there's sprinkles of sci-fi superhero stuff, and it does go a very long way. So if you can get through a slow burner show with sci-fi elements and just a lot of heart, then this is the show for you. Is it perfect? No. Is it one of my favorite shows? Probably not for the MCU, but I did appreciate the fact that it took risks and it was trying to be something that in today's MCU that matters and is giving off a message and is different. It's fresh. If I have to give this show an overall rating, I would definitely say Wonder Man is a 4 out of 5. And no, not because it's flawless, but because it decided to be different. And honestly, I think it pulled off what it was trying to be. And I think that's really good. So definite 4 out of 5. But honestly, that's just my take. And did you enjoy Wonder Man? Did it work for you? Did the pacing lose you? Were you not even interested in this? Did you want a full-on superhero show? And what also did you think about Doorknob and his story and just Trevor's sacrifice? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe, stick around for more honest and other movie content, reviews, this TV, just anything and everything movie related. And this is FilmForge, and I'm signing out.